Hey everybody, today is Friday, July 5th, 2019. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino. It's Friday. We're here to talk about the video game news. Happy day after 4th of July, everybody. I'm on the verge of death, but the work never stops. There's a lot of gaming news to talk about, so let's just get right into it. The first story is actually really interesting in an unconventional way. A super rare classic Atari game has been found, and it's going on eBay for like $100,000. This Atari 2600 game called Extraterrestrials was apparently released roughly in 1983, and this game was unknown for a long time actually, until the 2000s, until it resurfaced. Apparently there was only like 100 or so made, and there are 4 known copies out there, 3 of which are in a museum, and this one now being sold. The user Game Wizard said he was able to confirm and verify that he is the official owner of it, and the listing was for $90,000. And at the time of this video, the listing has officially ended. I just love stories like this because it's so crazy, because honestly this game wasn't even on my radar before I had heard about this news. There's so much weird stuff out there in gaming like this, and I'm sure like you guys, if you're as crazy as me, I went from not knowing about this game to hearing about it and being like, I want it, give it to me. Obviously not for almost $100,000 freaking dollars, but still, that's really cool stuff. Food for thought. That leads me to the question before we move on real quick. I want to hear from you guys in the comments already. Do you have any super rare video game collectibles or something that you just found and hunted down and just cherish with games? Let me know. Now, next up, we have more new rumors surrounding a Nintendo Switch Mini. Essentially, Nintendo releasing a redesigned, possibly smaller Nintendo Switch. This has been talked about in the news, rumored for quite some time. Just about a week or so ago, a Chinese manufacturer showed off essentially a prototype new skin or carrying case for a possible Switch Mini. But now we've got an even more legit big-time accessory maker that is doing the same thing. This is Big Ben Peripherals, and voila, here it is. Another Switch Mini Lite prototype carrying case skin thing, leading once again people to think that this is definitely going to be a thing on the horizon very soon. There's not too much to really take from this, other than that you can see slight changes in the design here and there, a little bit more rounded. The accessory speculation stuff can be fun, but honestly for me, I just want to see what the thing really is, because for me, as someone who does love my Switch and uses it all the time, I'm not looking for a more portable one. I'm honestly looking for a more powerful one. So I'm curious to see what exactly this will be and who it's being made for. If you want to check it out, all the stories, there's been some really good reporting. Everything we talk about will be linked in the description below, but let's move on. Just a quickie update, Spider-Man Far From Home is out. I saw it, it's very good, big fan. But the big thing is that now in Spider-Man PS4, there are 2 new costumes for Spidey. There is the sort of Shield prototype black noir suit from the movie, as well as Spider-Man's new updated just black and red costume. Those are available in a free update for the game, and I like that they do this. I like when they keep adding things. It kind of freshens things up a little, because I love to just jump back in and go for a swing every couple of months and to always pop in and have new suits. I love that. Thanks a lot, Insomniac. That's really cool of you. But since we are talking about superheroes, I did want to bring up one quick story real quick. Kevin Conroy, the greatest Batman voice actor, in my opinion. The voice actor of Batman in many things, including the animated series, and for this story, the Arkham games, has went on record saying that he wants another Arkham game. But it can be interpreted in different ways, and it's kind of set the internet on fire. This happened way earlier in the week, but we're just catching up. Rocksteady, the guys behind, of course, the Arkham games, had tweeted 4 years ago today, we launched Batman Arkham Knight. Thanks for being Batman with us. And then Kevin Conroy quote tweeted it and said, but why stop there? So he could be doing a lot of things. He could just be celebrating Rocksteady, and he wants another game because he likes them, and obviously he would want more work. The Rocksteady tweet did say, thanks for being the Batman with us, so maybe he's acknowledging that. Why stop being the Batman? Or he could be being cheeky and teasing another Batman thing with Rocksteady. I really think it's up in the air. It could be interpreted either way. Really, I think the wait for the next Rocksteady game, the whole announcement thing, has been killing me, dude. What are you guys doing? It's been a long time now. I don't want to rush you, but I just want to know what kind of game you're making. Thankfully, though, we'll probably find out pretty soon. But other news, just a quickie update. Fortnite has announced its newest collaboration, and that is with Stranger Things, which I think season 3 just dropped yesterday. Here, what we get are 2 skins and a gun skin, so you can play as Hopper, which is pretty cool, and a Demogorgon. There's no new, like, Stranger Things themed game mode, it's really just skins, but it's still cool. It's still them keeping it fresh. Because on the other side of Battle Royale things, Apex Legends' new update has been a thing, and I'm curious to see if that's gonna make players happy and keep them coming back, similar to how other Battle Royale games go down. But we'll have to wait and see. There's a fly in here. Do you guys hear that? Go away. If we are talking about crossovers and stuff like that, I do want to bring this up. We talked about this more on the Tuesday live show. We actually talked about it really in depth. But Netflix has released new images or posters, character posters, of the Witcher Netflix series. We know it's definitely coming in the fall of 2019 sometime, and we know that it's going to be 8 episodes. Couple of takeaways from it. The internet has already picked this thing apart, but the on-screen camera test, the tease that they showed us months ago, it looked okay. Now it looks great. I think Henry Cavill as Geralt looks really cool. Yeah, can he act? Can he pull it off? I don't know yet, but just judging from this, I'm into it. I'm curious. Now, the sword thing and the medallion thing, people have been debating back and forth, and really, honestly, this is going to be based more on the books. So your Geralt in your head may not necessarily be exactly the Geralt you're going to be getting on screen. That's just my 2 cents with it real quick. I really like Yennefer's over-the-top dress as well. I think that's very Witcher-like. But honestly, I just can't wait to see what the deal is with this. I'm actually excited. Hate to say it. I've been burned so many times, but I'm holding on to the fact that I really liked the Castlevania Netflix series, so I'm hoping they can kind of do something with this here. But again, with everything I've been saying, I feel like this week we have to wait and see. Now, next up, along with all the stories and stuff we link in the description, there will be a section where I just link really cool things. The first thing is this beautiful creation by YouTube user Hoopoli. He essentially recreated one of the original Death Stranding trailers with PS1 graphics, and it's incredible. The way he gets Norman Reedus' character model as a PS1 character model, honestly, very similar to the character model designs of the original Metal Gear Solid. I love what he did here. This is so cool, and I love when people make cool shit. Along with that, I've also linked a very good read. If you're looking for something to read, I always try and recommend good long reads. This is a breakdown from Business Insider about like what really went wrong or is going wrong with GameStop. We talk about GameStop in the news a lot here, about their failures and their slow collapse, but this piece is a really good explanation of what's going on, and I just really like reading things that smart people write about video games sometimes, because it's interesting. Also, in PC gaming news, maybe you missed this, but Nvidia did announce a new line for their GeForce RTX cards. They're now RTX Super cards. Apparently they're like the same type of thing, 2070, 2080. But now that they are super, apparently they have a 15% gain, but they're going to maintain the same price point and eventually phase out the older versions of the cards. So maybe you were in the market for that. That seems like kind of a win. But the next story is Alan Wake, believe it or not. I feel like we haven't talked about that here that much. But the news is that Remedy Entertainment, the guys behind classics like Max Payne, Alan Wake, the upcoming Control, Quantum Break from a few years back, they have regained the publishing rights for their game Alan Wake and Alan Wake American Nightmare. This is cool. This is good news because they can essentially re-release it or publish it on another platform. Remedy actually said that themselves, that they could do that, although they have nothing to announce at this time. This also works well considering they are working on an Alan Wake TV show, so I feel like for Remedy it would be pretty strategic of them to re-release the games on new platforms or maybe cleaned up or remastered or something like that. Not only that, this also fuels speculation of like whether or not Remedy will eventually ever get to Alan Wake 2. They have been very forthcoming about the fact that they want to do that. There were prototype videos out there floating around. Maybe one day we could see an Alan Wake 2. Maybe the TV show's success, if it finds it, will help with that. Alan Wake was a very special, weird game, so I'm just happy to be talking about this, you know? Shout out to Alan Wake, he's a big friend of the show, but before we go, we gotta do that console giveaway we do every single week. You know how this goes down by now. There's a link in the description below, you click it to sign up, you enter once, then you're entered for good, and then every single week we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. So this week's winner is gonna be this person right here. Congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox, your spam box, stuff like that, because we're going to be reaching out to you to find out how we can send you some free stuff. But let's wrap this up, guys. I hope you have a fantastic holiday weekend, but we got to talk about stuff in the comments first. How do you feel about a possible new Alan Wake game? Also, are you a video game collector? Do you have any cool shit? Do you have anything like this old Atari game, Extraterrestrials? I would love to hear one of your most famous collectibles down in the comments. Also, a Nintendo Switch, a new Nintendo Switch, a mini, whatever it's called. What do you want from that? Would you get that? Do you not have a Switch? Would you exchange your Switch for a new one? Let's talk. Anything you got from me at all, be sure to let us know in the comments. I'll be down there as much as possible. But, of course, if you got anything else at all for me, be sure to yell at me on Twitter or follow me on Instagram. Been having fun on Instagram. It's my favorite platform. Wherever I talk to you, I'll see you out there. You guys know, though, clicking the like button is the best way you can help this show out. The support really works, and we really appreciate it. But, also, if you're new, you should consider subscribing because we put out videos every single day. But either way, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Pizza's on me.